Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Meet Praneeth. In today's video, we are going to discuss two very important topics. The first is H1-B stamping in United States, and the second is March Visa Bulletin. So let's start with the first topic, which is H1-B stamping in United States. So as we come to know that there is a government is trying to run a pilot program which will allow people on an H1-B visas to get their visas stamped in United States, and they will not have to travel to their home country to get their visa stamped. Now, this is a great initiative. And the reason this is great because it will solve a lot of problems. First, people do not have to go to their home country, book a visa slot in their home country in the US Embassy to get their visa stamped. The other thing that will happen is, if let's say there is a lot of demand for visa slots in India already, that will curb the load, and people will have more slots open for people who are in India to getting their visa stamped. And also people who are in the United States, they will not have to travel and they can get their visa stamped here. However, this is not the first time it's happening. This program was run by the United States government before as well, and it was terminated in 2004. Till 2004, people were allowed on different classes of visa to get their visas stamped in the United States. That included L, H, and other categories. However, this time, United States government is only trying to do a pilot for H1 visas. Now, the reason why it was terminated in 2004 was the government thought that this could lead to security issues or immigration issues, specifically because people might start to overstay on their visas and just don't get their visas renewed or stamped, and there could be some discrepancies in the process. However, from 2004 to 2023, there was not much going on this topic. However, last year in October, there was some movement about that this should be restarted, because this would help curb, first of all, curb a lot of load that's already on the US embassies in foreign countries, and will also help people who are in the United States get their visa stamped quickly. And also with pandemics like COVID pandemic and other pandemics that could happen in the future, I hope they never happen, but if they happen, this would not be the situation like happened in 2020 till 2022 would not happen again, where people were just stuck, not getting their visa stamped, they're not getting slots, and there is a huge, humongous load on these US embassies. So hopefully this pilot program, which is not yet concrete, no final action date or date of action or any plan has been out. It's just that the government is planning a program, which will be a pilot program, will start later of this year, 2023. And as more information will be out, I'll be very happy to bring that information to you and bring a more clear picture to you as it comes out. Now let's transition to March Visa Bulletin. So when I first glanced through the March Visa Bulletin, I thought there is no change, and the USCIS just took the February Visa Bulletin and pasted it in the March Visa Bulletin segment. But that's not the case. When I started to look thoroughly, I found that there are some changes specifically happening with the certain religious workers, EB4 category and EB5 category. So let me tell you what exactly has happened. For EB4 category, there is a retrogression almost 3 months in row. From June 2022 February Visa Bulletin, now the date has gone to 1st February 2022 for row, that is the rest of the world. Same thing is for China, same thing happened for Philippines, and for India, it has gone almost a year back. For certain religious workers, again, a very same story, like similarly it gone to Feb 2022, or for India, it has gone almost a year back, and for China, it has gone to Feb 2022. For fifth category, which is EB5, row remains current. However, the dates for India has gone back almost a year. So now it was 8th November 2019, it has moved back to 1st June 2018. Now, what this tells us is there's a huge demand of EB5 in India. I know a lot of people who are waiting in EB2 and have savings, a huge savings, or people in India who want to invest in US are trying for EB5. So there is a huge demand, and that clearly can be seen from the Visa Bulletin. The other thing that happens is the EB4 and certain religious workers are getting retrogressed further. That means there would be no spillover for sure from EB4 to EB1 this time. And as the retrogression is just increasing, it's not going to go anytime soon. And in EB5, the good thing is that row is current, so that probably there would be some spillover that will come to EB1. So what comes to my mind is, as you can see, EB2, 3, nothing has changed, remains as same as 8 February. But for EB1, slight progression could be seen at the end of the year. But it could be a very, very slight progression. It might not be a huge one. And the reason is that EB4, there could be no spillover, as you can see. But from EB5, there could be some spillover, which could help EB1 particularly. The other thing is that this time we have 60,000 extra visas as well. Like 140,000 are given every year, but this year we have surplus of 60K. That might also help EB1 progress a bit, but nothing would be clear at the moment. If your final action, date of filing and your priority date coincides, please go ahead and file your 485, 765 and I-131. USCIS will be educating your 765 and 131, but they will not give you your green card or educate that case until your priority date matches with the final action date. And the other good thing about the visa bulletin is USCIS has not mentioned EB1 this time. So they have not said anything about EB1 and how the retrogression is panning out in EB1. They have mentioned about EB3 that they might have to put a final action date for Philippines and Mexico. That means huge demand in EB3. The other thing they have mentioned is that EB5 has huge demand in India, which we can see they have put up a final action date to 2018. And they've also mentioned there is a high demand of EB4. So good news that EB1, they're not much concerned right now. Probably there's not the retrogression that they thought is still the same. They're not thinking it will increase. Neither they're talking about any progression. So overall, a very simple update on two categories I wanted to place to you. First was the H1-B stamping in United States, which is still not planned out. It's just information that's out there, would be planned later this year as a pilot. And the other thing was March visa bulletin. As I said, nothing changed for EB1, 2 and 3. EB4 retrogression is there. EB5 retrogression is there. Certain religious workers retrogression is there, and it has increased. Now the other thing is that EB1, EB3, Mexico and Philippines can get a final action date. That means they're still right now they're current, but they can get retrogression. So that was it. This was the video. I just wanted to make this information to you. I'm sorry this video is coming out a little late on Friday, and the reason is that I was very busy with work and I couldn't upload it on time. But I hope you'll find this information very useful. The other thing that I wanted to announce in this video is I'm going to plan an EB1 webinar. So if you're interested in knowing more about EB1, if you're watching this channel regularly and you're interested in knowing about this, please follow me on LinkedIn. I will definitely put a post out in advance with all the details, when it's going to happen, how you can join, and what information you will get from that webinar. So please subscribe to the channel. Please like the content if you're liking it. Please share it with your friends and family and colleagues, and do check out my post on LinkedIn. It will be coming out pretty soon. So have a wonderful long weekend. Enjoy this long weekend. If you have a President's Day off, I have it. I'm going to go for a good rest, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, enjoy.